the Spring 2025 Taste of Technology, and we're very fortunate that we have LinkedIn Learning with us. Yay! Sam is here and is our Senior Customer Success Manager at LinkedIn. She works with the University of Louisville, and I get the pleasure of seeing her quite frequently. I get to see her and Daniel, thank goodness. LinkedIn, she is dedicated to empowering educational institutions with innovative learning solutions. With extensive LinkedIn learning, hold on, I had to let somebody in. With LinkedIn learning experience and a deep understanding of professional development, Samantha's been pivotal in helping universities leverage LinkedIn Learning to enhance the essential skills among faculty, staff, and students. Join Samantha in this upcoming workshop to explore how LinkedIn Learning can support your university's mission by equipping you and your community with the skills necessary to excel in today's ever-evolving educational landscape. And Daniel and Samantha, I will tell you that we have several community members that are on with us today as well. And we are very fortunate that our free public library here in the city, with their library card, they have access to LinkedIn Learning. So everything you're showcasing for us here at U of L, they're able to use too. So thank you so much.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Sherry. Well, as Sherry mentioned, my name is Samantha, Samantha, either one's fine with me. And I am a LinkedIn Learning Customer Success Manager. So I partner with universities and colleges across the central US, helping them get the most out of their LinkedIn Learning subscription and supporting the skill development of students, faculty, and staff. I partner very closely with my partner here, Daniel Johnson, and I'll pass it over to him to introduce himself.
Thanks, Sam. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Johnson. I am your U of L's account director for LinkedIn. I work also with higher education accounts across the central region and really focus on professional development and helping universities find and hire talent. Just something about me, I live in Washington, D.C., but I'm actually originally from Louisville. My parents both met at Humana, so the city holds a special place in my heart, and I appreciate the opportunity to support y'all. So looking forward to working together today.
Thanks, Daniel. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and quick expectation of what you can expect from our conversation today and what we're going to share with you all. We're starting with a quick intro and an overview of why you might want to leverage LinkedIn Learning, what's the value there. And then I'll dive into using LinkedIn Learning and some of the AI features that are available within the LinkedIn Learning platform. And we can wrap up with any Q&A. I also encourage you, if you have questions, to drop them in the chat if you have the ability to. And I will address them as we get through, or we can also save them till the end for our Q&A portion. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Daniel to talk a little bit about why LinkedIn Learning.
Excellent. Well, we'll get started here. We'll go to the next slide. I think getting into LinkedIn Learning, it can be helpful to understand kind of where this fits within the larger LinkedIn ecosystem. Oftentimes, people are more familiar with LinkedIn.com as a platform, and sort of LinkedIn Learning can be seen as kind of an addition to that. So want to give you, again, an understanding of where this fits. At the largest level, LinkedIn's mission is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. And we do that by creating an environment for you to connect with others. And you might do that by, building your networks and your connections. You might do that by connecting with employers or searching for jobs. You may do that by developing and showcasing the skills that you have in your current role, or the types of skills that you want to, hope get you to your next role. So again, LinkedIn.com really embodies that mission, and LinkedIn Learning we can think of as a vehicle to help you accomplish those means. We'll go to the next slide here. There are more than 1 billion members on the platform. There are also more than 69 million companies that are currently today posting more than 15 million active job listings. Just for a sense of scale, in the last minute alone, 18,000 connections were made, 11,000 job applications were submitted, and 138 hours of learning content were consumed. So there is a ton of activity going on within this ecosystem at any given moment. And that collection of member activity, the jobs, the employer information, the skills that people are exhibiting and showcasing is what we refer to as the economic graph. And it's a real-time representation of the global workforce made up of those skills, those opportunities, and those interactions. And it's really unique. There's no other source of that information in real time about what's going on in the workforce. We'll go to the next slide. We're talk today, it's not just about the global workforce, and we're going to think about your 10 essential skills for the state of Kentucky. And so, of course, we can zoom our kind of data and our conversation in on the regional makeup of any given place, such as Kentucky or the Louisville Metro. So what we're looking at right here, this is as of right now, there are more than 1.7 million members in the state of Kentucky and the Louisville Metro. 140 or close to 140,000 of those people changed jobs or updated their employment information on LinkedIn in the last 12 months. And right now, as of this morning, there are more than 66,000 job openings that reflect these locations. And what we can think about here as well, we can see things like who's employing this talent, what industries, what education levels, what skills are that this specific workforce is made up of. We'll go to the next slide here. So for example, we might think about what are the most common skills among this talent, or who are the top employers seeking that talent, and how many jobs are available. And what you're looking at here, again, in the state of Kentucky, the Louisville Metro, these are the top 10 most common skills. And you can literally see there are thousands of job posts that cite these skills. We see skills like analytical skills, data analysis, customer satisfaction, kind of topping the list. And we know those are key drivers of things like decision making or problem solving or operational excellence. And I would argue that all of these skills on this list directly connect to Kentucky's 10 essential skills. Maybe perhaps particularly areas like critical thinking, effective communication, adaptability. We see those kind of reflected here at the top of stack, but we also know even more technical competencies like, if you look across this list, manufacturing process improvement, inventory management, nursing. Those also relate to those essential skills, areas like professionalism, information literacy, critical thinking. So a lot of alignment here in the larger the larger buckets here of 10 essential skills and what we're really seeing in your workforce needs. We'll look at one more set of insights here and then kind of move on past this. So we'll just go to the next slide. We can also look at how these skills are changing. So not just like what are the top skills, but what are the growing skills? Where is the workforce heading, or where are the jobs going to be available? This is a list of what are the fastest growing skills among the state of Kentucky and the Louisville Metro. Again, upward trends in things like attention to detail, customer support, phone and email etiquette, customer experience. Again, when we think about the 10 essential skills within Kentucky, alignment with skills like interpersonal relations, communications, professionalism. So We can literally see that the skills that those 10 essential skills are in demand for thousands of current job openings. And I think it's important for people to know how to develop, showcase, and connect these skills with those employment opportunities. We'll go to the next slide here. So when we talk about LinkedIn Learning, those types of insights that we just dug into, those are really the backbone of LinkedIn Learning. We use those to drive our learning roadmap, to determine the skills, the courses, the certifications that our members need to be productive and successful. So whether that's in your current role or a future opportunity. And we do this at a really impressive clip. Our studio production team is releasing more than 50 new courses per week based on those insights. And it's all vetted in-house. It's led by industry experts. And the goal here is that the platform is keeping up with the rapid pace of the evolving workforce. So we're going to showcase a little bit of that today, try to drive those connections with the 10 essential skills and really hope that you walk away here understanding kind of the power of this tool in your toolkit. So one more slide here for me. I just wanted to show you'll kind of see that reflected as soon as you log into LinkedIn Learning. You'll see those insights. You'll see that kind of member data reflected in the experience that you're provided. This is a screenshot from my LinkedIn Learning just right before this session. You can see that it's providing me with course suggestions based on my role as an enterprise account director. But if I scroll down here, I might also see courses based on my learning history, on skills I follow, on skills my peers are engaging with, and just generally what's going on in my industry. So at any moment, I can hop into this environment and get a really personalized experience of the learning, the skills, and know that those are based on kind of real-time workforce trends. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to Sam here, and we'll take a deeper dive into the platform itself and how it connects with those 10 essential skills.
Thank you, Daniel. I do want to call out, I know that there are some individuals on the call today who access LinkedIn Learning through their local library. So some of the features that we might be highlighting, you might not see within that library account. But that's okay. The content is still the same. You're still going to have access to the full library of content in LinkedIn Learning, so you can still use LinkedIn Learning to develop those key skills. You just might not see the same level of customization and adaptation that you would if you were accessing LinkedIn Learning through your own subscription or through the subscription provided by U of L. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into talking about using LinkedIn Learning. First and foremost, I want to make sure that everyone on the call is aware that you are able to access LinkedIn Learning as a member of U of L. All students, staff, and faculty have access via U of L and the Digital Transformation Center. The link in the chat that Daniel just dropped is how you can log in with those campus credentials. You also are able to access via your local library if you don't have that access. A lot of employers also provide access to LinkedIn Learning, and it's also available as a premium subscription on LinkedIn as an individual subscriber if that's the route you'd like to go. So that's how you can access LinkedIn Learning. If you're accessing LinkedIn Learning just as an individual, you can access via this link that Daniel will share. This just takes you right to the LinkedIn Learning platform. So just trying to make it as easy as possible for you to get to where you need to be to start developing those 10 essential skills. So if you are accessing via U of L, U of L has done a great job of making it as easy as possible for you to identify LinkedIn Learning content that's going to support the skill development of these 10 essential skills. So within the U of L account, all you need to do is log into your U of L LinkedIn Learning account, following those instructions that we shared. and you'll see the option to click on the content tab. So I've outlined it here in the screenshots on the screen. You'll see step 1 is to click on that content library to browse the content. Then you'll open up the U of L library specifically, and from there you will see a custom tag that showcases the CPE 10 essential skills. So when you click on that, it's going to list for you 10 collections of LinkedIn Learning courses, all aligned to each essential skill. So making it very easy for you to kind of choose your own adventure. So you click into any one of those collections and it's going to open up a few courses for you that will support you with that skill development. This is a great opportunity for students to get that supplemental skill development, because with LinkedIn Learning, you are issued a certificate of completion anytime you complete a course within LinkedIn Learning's library, and you can take that certificate of completion and add it to your LinkedIn profile. And as Daniel mentioned, all of the job postings and the LinkedIn economic graph and the way that's all connected, you can imagine that when we're adding these micro-credentials to our LinkedIn profile, it's helping us to build a stronger professional brand, help us stand out from other candidates within the job market, and just really showcasing that you are attaining these skills and giving proof of how you accomplish those skills, because you can tie those skills on your LinkedIn profile back to your experiences. So if you developed a skill while taking a class at U of L, you can tie that to kind of demonstrate where you honed in those skills. Or if it's from a LinkedIn Learning course or a combination of two, you can make sure you're showcasing all of those experiences back to the skills that you're showcasing on your LinkedIn profile. So as a part of the LinkedIn economic graph, we're able to identify those key skill insights and kind of determine where we need to develop content. And one of the areas where we actually support additional skill development is through industry recognized certifications. So this is a kind of a next step up on our micro-credentials. So it's not just a certificate of completion, it's a professional certificate or preparation to take an industry recognized certification program. So we offer a few different options for you here. The first is the professional certificate. These professional certificates are all encompassed within LinkedIn Learning. You don't have to navigate away from the platform. You don't have to spend any additional money on areas where, to go pay and take a test and get certified. The way these work is it's a LinkedIn learning path within the platform with a test built in. So you would complete the content in that learning path and then take that exam and pass that exam and be issued an industry recognized professional certificate. I did drop a link in the chat for you, or Daniel did for me, that will give you a list of all of the currently available content for those professional certificates, as well as certification prep, so you can explore what is currently available for those options. It's also accessible within your LinkedIn Learning account by clicking on the certification tab on the left-hand navigation bar. So certification prep is available within LinkedIn Learning, partners with a number of industry organizations, things like CompTIA, ISC Squared, Microsoft, the list goes on. That list is quite lengthy. I would spend an hour just listing it all. So take a look at that link that we shared in the chat so that you can get a full grasp of what is available for you. But these certification prep courses are to help prepare you to then go out and take that third-party exam to earn that industry certification. If you're not quite sure if you're ready to take those exams, we do offer certification practice exams within the platform. So these are focused primarily on more of the technology certifications that we offer. So things like AWS, CompTIA, ISC Squared, the cybersecurity aspects and the developer aspects, those are available as well. So you can go through a practice exam right there in LinkedIn Learning, all included with your current subscription. And then if you already have a certification, maybe you are NASBA certified, or you have your SHRM or your PMP, and you need to continue to take those continuing education units to maintain that, there is content available within the LinkedIn Learning Library. Also, all included in that link that we dropped in the chat, so you can explore what's available for you to help you maintain your certifications. To give you an idea of some of the newest professional certificates that we've launched on LinkedIn Learning, I just wanted to give you a quick highlight here because some of them do align with those 10 essential skills. So one that I definitely want to call out is the partnership with Toastmasters International. We launched a professional certificate around public speaking skills. So this is a great skill where you can engage with the content on LinkedIn Learning, pass the exam, and earn that micro-credential that has just a little more oomph behind it than your standard certificate of completion. Alrighty, so within LinkedIn Learning, we recognize that there are so many skills, particularly when it comes to communication, kind of these human skills that we need to make sure that we are, staying agile with, especially in the new world of technology and AI forward. So AI is here, it's not going anywhere, but what we are seeing is that there's an opportunity here to be leveraging AI to take our learning deeper and to get those hands-on practices in place. So with LinkedIn Learning, we have built a tool that allows you to practice conversations. I'm going to give you a quick demo here on what this looks like. I'll play a short video that walks you through what you can expect when engaging with that AI roleplay tool, but it's actually really handy. There's currently 9 pre-built scenarios that you can walk through and have a conversation with that AI, and then get real-time feedback on your conversation to continue to improve. These conversations are private to you as an individual. They are not stored and they do not train our AI. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a preview here of what that looks like. So as you can see from that quick demo of the roleplay tool, it is a very handy way for you as an individual to practice challenging conversations, to prepare you to have the real life version of that conversation. And I know sometimes there can be a little bit of social anxiety around, maybe I want to role play this with another individual, but that it can be difficult when, the social anxiety aspect takes over. So by engaging in those conversations with an AI role play tool, you can take the social anxiety out of the equation and just go through the conversation and kind of prepare yourself and get those repetitions in of the conversation to prepare you to really, excel with your communication skills. So I do want to take a quick transition here from leveraging AI tools that are built into features, because that is something that LinkedIn is continuing to do, is to leverage AI and pull that in to make your experience with learning that much more tailored to you as an individual. It's also important to be developing the skills to leverage AI in the field. So what we have done is we have built a AI upskilling framework. And Daniel's going to drop a link in the chat for you here that will allow you to explore some of that content in our library that is focused on developing those key AI skills. So when we look at this framework, we can see it's, that pyramid format. Everybody loves a good pyramid. And at the bottom and base of that pyramid is understanding and applying. And these are the 2 areas where it is applicable across the board. Everyone should have the skills to understand what AI is, ethical and responsible use of AI, kind of a high-level understanding of how it works, and then moving into that applying stage. How can you use AI to become more productive? How can you, talk to the AI to get it to do what you're needing it to do to make your life easier, to help you kind of eliminate those repetitive tasks? We're seeing that, AI might not be taking jobs away from people. It might be taking some in some places. We do see that, but I think there's a higher chance of, someone who's using AI and being more productive and efficient within their role, who has the opportunity to kind of swoop in. So I encourage everyone to explore AI, because I know new technology can sometimes be a little bit daunting and a little bit scary at first, but the more we understand it, I think the more likely we are to lean in and see how we can support our own goals and priorities with leveraging these technologies and maybe making our lives a little bit easier. But our framework does go all the way up to the top of the pyramid here, where it's deeply specializing. So you can, if you are interested in doing things like building your own AI agents or kind of leaning into that and building your own models and things, that is covered within our framework. And you can explore all of the LinkedIn Learning content that aligns to these areas in the framework with that link that Daniel shared, or just by searching within the LinkedIn Learning platform for AI. So in connection to our 10 essential skills, one of the things that we've recently rolled out on the LinkedIn Learning platform are career exploration learning paths within LinkedIn Learning. What this means is we've taken the LinkedIn economic graph and the insights we've gleaned from that and developed learning paths that allow you to explore various careers. So there's a quick kind of overview here of what you can expect to find, and a lot of those 10 essential skills are covered here. So even if you're not accessing via the U of L account and having the ability to easily pull up those collections that have been curated for the U of L learners that align to the 10 essential skills, you can leverage LinkedIn Learning for those 10 essential skills on your own as an individual subscriber or through access via your library by leveraging the career exploration learning paths. We will share in the chat for you to make it easy to find, or just by searching within the LinkedIn Learning library for topics like critical thinking and communication and professionalism. So there's a lot of opportunities here for you to be leveraging LinkedIn Learning to develop those key essential workforce skills and then showcasing those skills on your LinkedIn profile, kind of coming full circle to create your professional brand. So with that, it brings me to a wrap up here where we have an opportunity for some Q&A. Please feel free if you have any questions about LinkedIn Learning or about how you can showcase your skills on your LinkedIn profile, or using LinkedIn Learning to develop AI or 10 essential workforce skills, please, we'd love to hear them.
Yes, and if you'll raise your hand, I will unmute you so you can talk. I hate that it completely mutes everybody out. I always hate to be the one to ask the questions. Could you walk us through one more time how if you just logged in to LinkedIn Learning, how you would find, could you walk through those steps to find because the 10 essential skills aren't the only thing underneath U of L. I want to make sure folks realize that there is other content there, and I don't know that people recognize that.
Yeah, so you want me to showcase the just how to access the U of L library?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yes.
One moment. I'll need to pull up. Do I have your permission to share your learning, Sherry?
Yes, please.
Okay. Alrighty, one moment here and I'll get that pulled up.
sometimes it's difficult for folks when they're starting with a new program, and if they're not in LinkedIn Learning quite frequently, sometimes I think folks can find it difficult to navigate. Nothing against LinkedIn Learning, it's that with every platform. And we all are using so many disparate platforms that we can use them.
Yes. Alrighty. Can you see LinkedIn Learning?
No, I see Q&A.
Okay.
Now I do.
Okay. There we go.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Yeah, cool.
Alrighty, so as a U of L learner, you would log into LinkedIn Learning and you would see something along this lines. You'll see the U of L logo in the upper right corner, and that's going to indicate to you that you are logged in to your U of L LinkedIn Learning account. Now, if you want to go ahead and access those curations that we have built that align to the 10 essential workforce skills, you can do so by navigating to the content library here on the left. And this is where you would explore any content within the LinkedIn Learning Library, broken up by business, technology, and creative topics. These are kind of the big subjects that we offer, but you can scroll through and see all of the wonderful offerings that are available for you. Even skill evaluations. So if you want to test where you currently are with a certain skill, you are welcome to take a skill evaluation to determine where you're currently at. Are you beginner, intermediate, advanced, and get some relevant content recommendations for you to get started on your learning journey. So what I want to highlight for you here, though, is navigating over to the University of Louisville Library, and you can see all of the wonderful content that University of Louisville has curated specifically for its U of L learners. So you'll see learning paths that have been put together, and you could explore those. You can see kind of different documentation. So anything that has been customized within U of L would be visible here for you to browse. But what we're going to focus on here is the 10 essential skills. And we're going to click on that tab and we will see the 10 options here pull up. So I'm going to go ahead and just click into Think Critically. And I'll see here within that collection, there are a number of courses that I can kind of choose my own adventure with to start developing LinkedIn Learning, start developing that critical thinking skill. So I'm just going to click into one to give you a quick show here of what you can expect. Here is your table of contents within the LinkedIn Learning course, so you can engage with see how long each video is. You can pick up where you left off if you need to stop and take a break, come back, or if you're accessing via your mobile device or via your desktop, it will also sync between all of those areas as well. You'll see an overview here of what's covered within this course, and then once you complete the course, you would access your certificates of completion here. If a course offers any type of continuing education units, it's also showcased here at the bottom of this page. As a learner, you have control over your playback options. You can choose the subtitle language. So if you are, a non-native English speaker and you'd prefer to have, maybe I prefer learning in Danish, I can have my Danish subtitles put on as I go through. It would still have the English audio if needed. You can also speed up or slow down the playback speed. I know personally I enjoy watching it 1.5 times because I tend to be a fast talker and I also like to hear other people talk fast. But I know sometimes it can be more helpful to slow it down. So it's just a personal preference and your best learning speed, you have full control over that. There is that. And then the AI tools are built in to the courses as well. So you can take your learnings deeper. So as you start engaging with the course content, it will bring some insights in based off of the video that you're watching. So when I move to the next video, it's giving me some example prompts that I can use to take my learning deeper. So what is the difference between divergent and convergent thinking? That's discussed within the video here, but I can take that learning deeper by leveraging the AI tool here built into the course. So just to reiterate, how you get here is under content, U of L, or 10 Essential, and that's where you'll find each of these. These are also going to populate if you just search in the search bar for U of L CPE, or if you are looking for, let's just say, communication. I'll try that one. I can further filter, so I'm just focusing on my communication content for those key skills.
Sam, what's really nice about this for faculty here at U of L, this is what I do for my courses, is this is going to help them if they are adding any LinkedIn Learning content as supplemental learning. This is going to make it so much easier for them to find content as it relates to CPE courses, CPE 10 Essential Skills. But I really appreciate you walking through it in that manner, because I think sometimes those are the things that stop us from using such great tools like LinkedIn Learning. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And it looks like I've got, let's see if I have something in the chat. Yeah, Lincoln put in here about Wall Street Journal. And then Daniel, thank you for your dropped all these links into the chat. If you can't see these, you know, if you are, we invited some of the folks from the community that I've been working with, and Lakeisha and Alicia have been working with in the community. So if you can't see those links, you need to let one of us know, and we will make sure and get those out to you. And some of it's going to be available to you, and then some of it won't be, because U of L has invested in LinkedIn Learning for us. Thank you, IT. Does anybody have any questions? You have Sam from the West Coast, and you have Daniel, who is a Cards fan. I'm sure he's from here. We have a quiet audience, but we did pick up to 18 people, Sam, considering that U of L's playing. And my phone, my arm keeps dinging. My husband's sending me updates, and I refuse to look.
I do have the score pulled up, but I'm not going to share it, so that I don't share any spoilers. But we're at halftime right now, so.
Beth, I'll make sure I send you that link. It's called, and it's they use the term in LinkedIn Learning called tags, and that's how we created that. And Amy, that's something for your team as well, for the U of L CPE content.
Yeah, you can also search the library with that tag. So you can search for the CPE 10 Essential Skills or U of L CPE, and you will also find that content. That's another way to get to those collections, is just by searching for the tag. The tag is also available as a filter in your search. So if you're searching for, if you just open up LinkedIn Learning and you search for communication, and you're going to get, thousands of results there based off of all of the LinkedIn Learning content that covers the skill of communication, you can filter down using the tag filter, which will give you the U of L CPE tag. So that's specific to our U of L learners. That's another way to get there.
That's great.
Yes.
I'll make sure that the Employee Success Center, they may be on, I'm looking, but I want to make sure that they have that as well, because they are doing quite a bit of training here too.
Wonderful. Alrighty.
Thank you all so much.
Yes,
we ended early. We've done well. And then we'll be back on at 1:30 with Lincoln Hughes for Microsoft. I hate to start early, Lincoln, because folks may have tagged their time to pop in right at the 1:30 mark. So this will give everybody a chance to stand up and stretch their legs just a little bit.
All right.
Sounds good.
Wonderful.
As always, you two, it's always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you so much for having us. It was so wonderful to speak to you about LinkedIn Learning and developing the 10 essential workforce skills, feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn to connect. I'm always happy to make those connections. So thank you all.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.